like a boss.
All right, listen up, guys. This, to me, is one of the most important videos that I'm gonna make. And the reason why it's one of the most important videos that I'm gonna make is because I was wrong. I sort of had a misunderstanding about speaking to women and seducing them with your words, right? And this is the biggest misconception that men have when it comes to seducing women, and it's this. It's all about not just getting a woman to talk more, not just showing a woman how impressive you are. It's all about making her think like she's the smartest person on the planet. I forgot who it was, but they talked about Disraeli. He's actually one of the biggest seducers. He became the prime minister of England. And this lady said, next to random dude, I felt like he was the smartest person in the country. Next to Disraeli, I felt like I was the smartest woman in the world. And this is where I got wrong. Sometimes we have so much value in life. I know it sounds like a humble brag, right? But sometimes we have a lot of value that we want to talk about it. That sometimes we have such an interesting life that we want to present how great our life is, about our hobbies. And without knowing it, we make the poor girl feel, not the poor girl, but we make the woman feel like, wow, he's such high value. And we make her feel like she hasn't done much in life. And you know what happens with that sometimes? Sometimes that's actually a reason why you don't seduce the woman the way you really wanted to. And this is what I'll be doing now. And don't forget, guys, I want you guys to check out my new Patreon account that I have on my website. It's called the Mindful Attraction Academy. There, YouTube cannot control me. Patreon cannot kick me out. Go check it out, support the channel, because if that's successful, we, all of us, all of our Alexians, that's what I call you guys, Alexians, we cannot be deleted or canceled, all right? So go check that out. I have a book club. There I post the videos, like for example, these videos, I post them early before anybody gets them. So if you check out that Patreon gang, if you become part of the Patreon gang, you can get all of my videos before they come out, especially these YouTube videos, because I have like a 3-day period from now on all of my videos. So go check it out. And yeah, all right, guys, let's begin the video. In all of my dates, I'm exclusively focusing on the woman. And I'm gonna talk about this more later on if you guys want me to talk more about this, right? But this is more the general gist of it. My attention is all on the woman. If she tells me, what do? I draw, right? No, I'll say I make videos, right? And I'll immediately say, so what do you do? She says, oh, I work at a supermarket. And I'm like, oh, really? So when you were a little girl, what did you want to do? Oh, I wanted to become a writer, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, really? Nice. Well, you know what? A lot of writers, a lot of them take a while to actually build up their career, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of them did what you did. For example, like Robert Greene became a famous writer at 35, you know what I'm saying? So the point is that you validate her self-opinion. For example, if I'm hanging out with a girl and she draws, right, and I'm a better artist than she is, right, and she knows I'm a better artist than she is, what I'll do is I'll say, we artists, I'll talk to her and say, artists like us, man, blah, 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 blah. What we're doing is that we're giving her the validation, not the sexual validation. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about validating what she sees in herself. Making her, if she sees herself as an artist, making her feel like an amazing artist. When she shows you her art, don't just look at her art. Look at it, because it happened to me, people. I'll be honest with you. I met a girl who did the same shit to me last week. It was unbelievable. Like, her attention was exclusively focused on me. I never felt so validated in my life. She was looking at my art, and she would look at it for like each drawing, she would look at it for like a whole minute. She was like, wow, what incredible. And I'm looking at her, I'm like, man, like, she really likes it, right? I'm not saying validating her like how hot she is. I'm saying validating what she sees in herself. As long as she hasn't been disrespectful to you, as long as she hasn't been acting disinterested, you could do this. For example, if the other day I was hanging out with a girl and she was like, I draw. And I was like, really? And I didn't tell her I draw. And I was like, really? Show me your art. I want to see it. She was like, I don't know. I was like, no, show me. I'd love to see this. And she showed it to me. And I took 10 minutes looking at all her art. 10 minutes. When I could have just looked at it in 1 minute. I just looked at it and I was like, wow. Oh my God, man, this is unbelievable. Like, what does it say about? What does it say? What's the meaning of this? Oh my God, even though I thought it sucked, I was like, man, that's crazy. Because this is the thing, deep down, she wants to feel like she's good. You give them what they want. And the way you do that is that you shut the fuck up and you let them talk. Now, if she's not cooperating, then you could use the things that I talk about just, learning how, like, allowing awkward silences to be, but always gear the conversation towards her. For example, I was talking to this Russian girl yesterday, and she was very closed down, right? So I was like, man, I gotta see what I could do to get her to talk, right? So I was like, what did I say? I was like, she didn't have a lot of hobbies, but she traveled from Russia to Mexico, right? So I was like, and I noticed that she had a word, a saying on her phone that said, life is only interesting if you're adventurous, some bullshit like that. So obviously she sees herself as adventurous, right? So I was like, man, like, it's crazy how you're in Mexico, man. Like, are most Russians like that? That's pretty adventurous of you, right? She's like, oh, blah 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 blah. And you know what's funny? She told me she doesn't like when people call her that because she thinks that should be normal, right? You know what I said? I was like, I know. It's just a habit. I 100% agree with you. It's most people should be adventurous, but they're not, right? I'm asking myself, what does she believe in? What are her belief system? And I try to tell it to her, right? So I was like, yeah, most people are closed-minded. Most people are just boring sometimes. And in her mind, she's like, yeah, he's right. Oh, yeah, he's right. And I'm like, for example, you, right? You look like somebody who's very adventurous and blah, 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 right? So tell me, what are some adventurous things you've done in your life? You try to find out what does she take pride in and talk as much as possible about it. And if she says, so what do you find interesting in your life? She asked me the question, right? So now I got to talk about myself. I'll be like, well, I mean, like, I try to be adventurous. I mean, like, I tend to be a little closed-minded in terms of, like, when I travel. But, like, when I meet people who travel everywhere, like you, like, it's just something that it really inspires me. Like, because I need to open up more. Like, what would you do if you were in my position? How would you tell somebody what advice would you give to be more open to things, right? You make her feel like she's the star of the show. Because in the other times, I used to talk more about myself before. And it will work, don't get me wrong. But I noticed how it felt like somebody putting all of the attention on me. I noticed that. It's unbelievable. It's an unbelievable feeling of validation that most people, that makes you want to come back to the person. You don't even know what you like the person, right? Again, I'm gonna talk much more about this because this is very interesting, right? Another thing that you can do is say the words that they say to you back to her. For example, if she says, yeah, man, most people in Russia are boring, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh man, I think it's because of the code that most people are boring, right? Like, what do you think about that? And she's like, yeah, I mean, it could be the code. I'm like, man, like, if only the world had more people who love to travel, you know what I'm saying? It would be so different. Clearly, she thinks that in her head. And the key is don't just ask questions, right? Learn, like, if you get, because a lot of times it's gonna feel like an interview, but even though it feels like an interview, you wanna know what? They still like it. Even though a person might know what you're doing, they still like it. Because they get to talk about the things they love. They get to talk about, like, things that most people, like, they sense an attention that's coming from you that is so rare. Guys, look, man, I'm gonna be talking much more about this because this is such an unbelievable thing that I just noticed. And I tried it on the last, like, 5 women that I talked to, and I'm sorry, I just saw results. Now, as long as you remain masculine, as long as you chill back, relax, talking to her, right? It's all about giving her an experience. It's all about making her have fun, right? It's all about when she leaves, she doesn't want to say, wow, he was interesting. When she leaves, she wants to say, man, I'm interesting. That is a feeling of validation that most guys do not give them.
All right, guys. So I want you guys to check out my online course called Dark Game. That's right, people. Dark Game. And this course is pretty much, I review to you the secret tactics, the secret techniques to create attraction in almost any woman, right? But not just attraction to the point that makes her want to see you all the time, where she's the one initiating all the contact, right? Now just imagine to be able to keep all of the girls in your life that you lost because of your stupidity. Imagine, and I had stupidity too. Imagine being able to keep them. Imagine being able to have 5, 6 women available to you, wanting to see you. Imagine being able to create intense relationships where they're all doing all the work. People, that kind of stuff does exist, people. Now, I'm not going to promise you that you're going to bang like 40, 50 women. I'm going to promise you that you're going to be able to keep the women you have, that you get with. I can promise you that. that keeping them will increase with this course. But let me keep showing you something. This course is pretty huge, people. It's a huge course. This course has over 50 videos. 50 videos, right? And some of them you could get for free. If you just sign up, you get free videos, right? But in these videos, let me show you guys the course, right?
All right,
Oh
guys.
shit. That's me right there, right? In this video, I pretty much teach you guys how to find your purpose. Right? All this is how to find your purpose, discovering your purpose, right? I teach you guys then about female psychology, all of the principles about female psychology you guys need to understand. I then teach you guys the mindset, the proper mindset that you guys need to deal with women. After that, I teach you guys 21 videos on how to game. I mean, it's pretty much unbelievable, man. I gotta make this available, right? But it's unbelievable how many I pretty much put everything: outer game, social circuit game, strategies, threesomes, foursomes, everything, right? And on top of that, I give you guys a few bonuses: how to overcome approach anxiety, why you can't take actions, a Dickens pattern to change your mentality, how to go from open to transitions, right? 81-minute long, people. This is like, I don't know how long this is, but this is hours, and I mean hours worth of content. And you get a 30-day money back guarantee. I mean, you without questions asked. All for $99, people. People, this could be around a few thousands, to be honest with you, right? But you guys get it for $99, right? All you gotta do is just go over here, purchase the course, and you'll get access to it. And if you don't like it, you could just message me and get your money back, people. Look, man, don't be hard-headed, people. Don't be hard-headed. This is the course that you guys need, right? It gives you guys everything. I cover everything. I could promise you, man, you're not gonna get a more in-depth course on how to attract women and keep them more than this. All right. Anyways, people, check it out. 30-day money back guarantee. There is no risk, and you can get the free course. You can get the free trial. The free trial are these videos that you get for free, right? You guys could just sign up. You could watch all of these videos for free, right? And you don't have to pay. All right. Anyways, I'll see you guys inside. I want to see you guys inside because, again, people, you can't lose nothing. There's a 30-day money back.